Becoming Sister Wives, Chapter 6, Part 7. Robin coddles her kids more, which is certainly understandable given their previous tumultuous home life. So we are learning from her, and she's learning from us. This, like many things in our household, is a work in progress. The most important thing Robin has taught us is how to argue in a more effective and polite manner. With such a chaotic household, there are going to be a lot of family discussions. Sometimes these can be heated and they blow up. Before Robin came into the family, our arguments would often end up resolved with raised voices and slammed doors. Frequently, we were all worse off after a family discussion than before. So from time to time, it seemed worthless to discuss anything at all. Early in their relationship, Robin and Cody got into an argument, however. For example, Cody showed him how to take the time to talk a problem out and not walk away from it before a comfortable resolution has been reached. These days, it is often Robin who takes the lead in our family discussions. She keeps a cool head and navigates us through difficult waters. She never lets us leave the room until we settled an issue. Thanks to Robin, we were able to avoid Bruce's feelings and the long periods of unhappiness that used to follow our family talks. Even through Robin brought so much into our family during the few months after she married Cody, I felt as if I were wearing shoes we were on the wrong feet. Our rhythm was disrupted, and I'm afraid we were all a little bit brutal on her. Robin went out of her way to extend olive branches to me. She offered to help me with the kids' homework on crazy days. She would pick up little trinkets or knickknacks that symbolized her family and offered them as just because gifts. Robin collects Christmas ornaments, and her first Christmas with the family, she selected unique ornaments to give to us. Regardless of Robin's efforts during the first year, I was unwilling to accept her offer. I was settled in my ways and not open to anything new despite my spiritual witness. I found myself kicking, opening myself up to Robin. I was certain that she and Cody were destined to be together and that she was an essential part of our family, but I found myself unwilling to make the effort to build a bridge between us. As I learned during my initial months in the principal, just because something appears celestially destined doesn't make it easy. When Robin joined the family, I was very busy with my kids and my job. I was hard-headed and believed that I didn't have time or need for this new person. I imagined Robin and I could live as if we were riding in the same car but looking out separate windows. I had worked hard to find equilibrium with Christine and Mary, and the three of us had formed our own sort of partnership. As far as bringing Robin into the family, I didn't have any reservations. I just hadn't committed to the necessary emotional and practical work involved. I wasn't sure that I needed or wanted to make room for a new person in my life, despite the fact that I felt spiritually convinced that she should marry Cody. But after a while, I got tired of fighting against Robin and the potential friendship between us. I finally understood how helpful she had been in teaching our family how to communicate better. I realized I was looking for a way to punish Cody and Robin for disrupting my life, and it took way too much time and energy to be angry with this woman who was trying to so hard to open up to me. So I started letting her in. We still have a long way to go, but we have begun the journey, and I'm already starting to see the benefit of developing a relationship with Robin. Before Cody told me that he had met Robin, I wanted to court her. I had never had any vision of her being part of our lives. I was satisfied with our adult unit of 4. I had never seen her coming yet when Cody mentioned her for the first time. I felt spiritually moved. Now that she's here, it seems as if she was always meant to be here. Robin possesses an amazing amount of emotional maturity. One of the things she has helped with in our family is pointing out areas which all of the marriages need solidifying. She has helped Cody realize when he may be inadvertently shortchanging one of his other relationships. Thus, in turn, he has given Cody the tools to explain to me that we need to demonstrate more warmth and affection in our marriage. I'm learning to be less pragmatic about love and more romantic, even if it's something as simple as not dashing out the door in the morning before Cody and I have a goodbye hug. Over the years, Cody and I fell into the unfortunate habit of letting family business and finances dominate our alone time. These became the only things we ever talk about since I'm completely work-oriented. It didn't seem strange to me to discuss business matters on our dates. The fallout of this was even eventually Cody and I stopped talking to each other as husband and wife. Instead, we interacted like business partners. We've forgotten about the sweeter side of our marriage. Something was clearly wrong. We both understood we needed to make a change. I recognized that I needed to change my tone with him and relearn how to talk sweetly and loving. I began to understand that I could have more profound, caring, and emotional relationship with my husband if we put aside all the business chatter during our evenings together. Once I started doing this, I discovered there is unlimited potential to enrich our relationship. As a result, our marriage has grown deeper and more caring I'd ever imagined it could be, or even knew that I wanted it to be. Just like Cody and my individual relationship, our entire family is involved, and we are learning more about each other every day. This is the beauty of the principle. It demands you never to stop working on yourself in order to be the best person you can be on this earth. There's no room for complacency. Naturally, there are bad days. There are times when I've said to my sister right in the middle of a fight, I would never be friends with you, ever. If it were possible, I'd hate you, but I don't hate them, not at all. You don't pick your sisters. Sometimes you don't get along with your sisters, and sometimes you want to kill them, but deep down, you always love them, always. And that is the end of chapter 6 on 2 devices. Sorry I had to switch to my iPad due to my phone space. I'm so sorry about that, but we're done with chapter 6. Woo!